My mom texted me at 7:13 p.m., like she was confirming a dinner reservation. Evan and his wife are moving into your house next month. No, can they? No. Are you okay with it? Just a decision with my address on it. I stared at the message and felt something in me go cold and quiet. My brother has always been the golden one. I was the one who could handle it. They skipped my graduation for his random softball game. They borrowed my savings to fix his latest mess. They called me mature when what they meant was convenient. I'd handed over money so many times I had a spreadsheet. 15 grand, gone. So when mom announced my house was now his baby plan, I didn't argue. I typed, okay, I'll start packing. At Sunday dinner, they acted like it was settled. Dad nodded like a banker approving a loan. Mom smiled like she'd solved poverty. Evan said, we'll move in early. You can crash with mom if you need. His pregnant wife started talking about paint, baby gates, and our garage. I kept my face smooth and my voice sweet. Sounds good. That night, I reopened an email I'd ignored for months. A promotion offer in Chicago. I'd said no before because my mom guilted me about staying close. Now Chicago sounded like oxygen. I called my realtor the next morning and said, list it, price it to move. Then I smiled through family texts like I was playing along. Evan kept planning out loud. Nursery in my front bedroom. Home gym in my garage. His wife sent me paint swatches like I was her assistant. Mom told relatives how proud she was that I was being supportive. I kept answering with soft little lines. Sure, we'll see. I've got it handled. Meanwhile, strangers toured my house and fell in love with it. 3 weeks later, I signed closing papers at noon. By 2 p.m., my keys were in a new couple's hands. By 7 p.m., I was crossing state lines with my life in a moving truck. I didn't tell my family. Why would I? They never told me. The next morning, my phone blew up like a smoke alarm. Voicemail after voicemail. My dad's voice turning into a shout. I finally listened to one. Just one. Where are you? Evan's at your house. There's a sold sign. Who are these people? I pictured it like a movie anyway. The rental truck idled at the curb. Evan marched up my walkway with that smug little bounce. His wife followed behind him, one hand on her belly, the other gripping a clipboard. He shoved the key into the lock. It slid in. He turned it. Nothing. He tried again. Harder. Faster. Then the front door opened from the inside. A stranger stood there holding a mug. Can I help you? Evan blinked at the sold sign like it had personally insulted him. That's my sister's house, he snapped. The guy pointed at the papers on the entry table. We closed yesterday. His wife's mouth opened. No sound came out. Evan spun toward the window like I'd jump out and yell, gotcha. I didn't. I sat on the floor of my empty Chicago apartment eating takeout. I read texts that bounced from rage to begging in real time. You can't do this. She's pregnant. You ruined the family. My mom's last one said, call me. We can talk this through. Talk. Like my consent was a scheduling issue. I sent one message to the family group chat. I took a promotion. I sold my house. Good luck. Then I blocked everyone. Mom, dad, Evan, his wife, the whole chorus. 6 months passed and my life got quiet. In a good way. At work, people used my name like it mattered. I bought a small condo. I slept. Then I got a letter forwarded from my old P.O. box. My grandpa's handwriting, shaky but sharp. He wrote, I watched them treat you like the spare tire. I'm sorry I let it happen. He'd changed his will. Everything fair, everything documented. When he passed, I flew in for the funeral, stayed in a hotel, and left before anyone could corner me. 2 weeks later, the will was read. Evan got $1 and a note. You got everything while I was alive. Time to earn your own way. My parents tried to fight it. They lost. Their house went into foreclosure anyway, because they'd been pouring money into Evan like he was a hole in the ground. His wife eventually left him, took the baby, filed for divorce. And my parents, they got to handle it, like they always told me to. I did one last thing for the only innocent person in that mess. I set up a trust for my niece, anonymous and untouchable. Because I'm not cruel. I'm just done being used. They thought they could hand my house to the golden child. I let them show up with a truck and a fantasy. And I gave them the only answer that ever worked on my family, a locked door, a paper trail, and my absence.